You are listening to Pivot Parenting, episode 196, Helping Your Teen. Welcome to Pivot Parenting, the place where we recognize when your parental role needs to shift and how to do it. I'm your host and parenting expert, Heather Frazier. Hello there, and welcome to today's episode. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't feel very well. It's Christmas break, and I have had some kind of head cold lung thing since November, and it's ebbed and flowed, and we're going on week 8 here. And can I just say, some days I feel fine, and some days I do not, and I'm just kind of over it. I don't know if you've ever been so over something that you just want to sit and cry, but that's me right now with this thing that I can't even fully catch my breath. So this episode, I might have to pause several times as I hack up along, but I am happy to talk to you. It might be a little more brief. Before we dig into helping your teen, which I hear a lot of parents say, I want to help you. I wrote a book. It's called How I Fixed My Teen. And testimonials are starting to roll in. We're still, as of end of 2023, in the pre-order phase. And I don't know if you know this, but if you pre-order it, you get the audio for free. I'm going to read it, not with this set of pipes that I have right now, but a much better one. I'm going to read it to you and send it to you for free, probably before the book ships. But I'm really excited for that. But I've got a testimonial here that I want to share. It's from Sue. She says, as a grandma, I found this book both healing and inspiring. I can connect to Heather as she lays out what it feels like to raise teens and the type of pressure we put on ourselves and our kids to be perfect. I loved Heather's 9-step guide. By this book's end, I truly felt like her bestie. I am definitely buying a copy of this book for all of my daughters who are just starting to raise teens of their own. I love that review so much, and this is exactly what I want the book to do. I want to be able to feel related to you in like that emotional connecting friendship type way. And then also helpful enough that you want to spread the word to all the other moms of teens that you know. And speaking of spreading the word, I am going to do a book launch party. I'm hoping for January, maybe February 2023. It's going to be at one of my favorite boutiques, and I'm going to give you more details as they come around, but I just wanted to let you know so that it's on your radar. I want you there. It's going to be open house, public. I'm going to have all the information sent out to, of course, my email list and my social media friends, and I'll announce it here. So the more touch points that you have with me, come follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Come be part of my email list. And if you pre-order my book, you can opt into my email list. And this is at heatherfrazier.com. It's all there. And I'm going to be letting people know as soon as I have the details for that. It's going to be super fun. There will be free giveaways and other exciting things. I'll be there. We can chat, take pictures. It will be super, super fun. And I want you there. So spread the word for that as well. Have it on your radar that it's going to be the beginning of next year. But let's go ahead and dive in to today's episode. This is brought to you by a lot of moms, and there have been a few in particular that have really stuck out to me, and I kind of want to compile all the things I've heard them say into one sort of helping mom prototype, if that makes sense, an avatar. I hear a lot of parents say, I just want to help them. I want to help my kid be successful. I want to help them navigate friendships. I want to help them get good grades. I want to help them get into a good college. And that's all fine. if they want your help and you're actually helping them. Let me break it down for you. There are lots of ways that parents can help their kids. One way is for when their kid asks for help, or you ask, "Can I help you?" There's unsolicited help, which means help that was not asked for. There is disguised manipulation, control, micromanaging, hovering, snowplow kind of parenting. There's thoughtfulness. This can also fall under like unsolicited or asked for helping. Like, for example, you know your child wants to ask somebody to a dance, or they got asked to a dance. So you're going to make sure that there's posters in the house and markers that actually work, right? Because maybe they'll want a poster and get some candy or something. There can also be selfishness, like getting a poster for them because they got asked to a dance, or you want them to ask somebody to a dance and you want to persuade them to do what you want. So you're going to be very helpful. We can help our kid to teach our child. Sometimes this is to do nothing and allow natural consequences, or sometimes it's to follow through with consequences. It can also be to punish a child, to do nothing and allow natural consequences, knowing it will be detrimental and not in a good way, or to have extreme consequences to try and teach your child in a harmful way as well. And the biggest key piece between all of these different reasons why we might want to, quote unquote, help our child is our motivation behind why we would do it. Is it because we want what we want? Is it because we want to keep them in their place? Is it because we love them? Is it because it's protective and good and nurturing? And it's really sneaky how our brain can show us what we think, but really there's something else going on. That's why it's really great to have a coach or a professional help you pick through your brain and your thoughts to help decide if teaching them or helping them is healthy or harmful. But essentially, there are two potential driving forces, either ego or love. And I'm going to kind of describe both of those for you so that you can self-identify as much as possible. Ego, my friend, feels very important and very urgent. It can feel kind of icky or really powerful, but it's self-serving. And typically you don't want other people to see behind the scenes, like you're kind of covert around your reasonings and your how-to and why, because deep down you know that it's not very nice. Whereas love feels good and open and free. It doesn't matter who sees what part of the equation because you have nothing to hide. It produces goodness and connection, and it has no agenda of how it should go or turn out or be received or anything else. Whereas ego produces less than good results, and it needs to go a certain way for us to be happy, if that makes sense. Let me give you an example. Let's say a mom wants to help her daughter clean her room, or she wants her daughter's room clean. It's been a mess for months and months. But her daughter's also struggling to get to school and to do daily functions. Like, she really is having a hard time. But the room drives the mom crazy, and she's totally hung up on getting the room clean. Now, she says that it's because she knows that the messy room is contributing to her daughter's poor mental health, which studies do show that chaos can do that. But if you really pay attention to what's going wrong in this mom's head or what she's thinking, it's more along the lines of it's driving the mom crazy that the daughter's not doing well, and she's trying to control the factors that could be contributing to that in not the most helpful of ways. In fact, once, several months before, she started to clean it when the daughter was gone, but then the daughter flipped out when she came home because she was putting the stuff in the wrong place and she was in her space and she didn't want her mom in her space. And the mom knows that this is not the best way, but she was trying to force the situation to be helpful. But the daughter didn't appreciate that kind of help. She likes things her own way and didn't want her mom touching her things. I don't know if this sounds familiar at all to you, but it's a thing. It's a real thing. So then the mom has offered to help her daughter clean it on multiple times. She's incentivized cleaning it with privileges and prizes. The daughter still won't clean it. And the mom is at the end of her rope with how to get daughter to clean her room. And again, she says she knows that the mess in her room is affecting her mental health. She knows she'd be happier with it clean. And she's telling herself that she just wants to help her daughter feel happy, have a better life, and to not feel so upset and confused when she was in her room. But it's turned into a nagging mom who complains, and the room is still a mess. So what I want to ask you is, do you think that this mom is helping her daughter? Now, I've talked to a lot of parents in this situation, and they say, yeah, but what else am I supposed to do? She needs to have a clean room. I know that a clean room would feel better to her. So what is my other option other than trying to help her in the way that I am trying to help her? And I want to go back to my previous list of if it's ego or love, and if it has to look a certain way, which for this mom it did. If it feels really urgent and stressful and kind of closed off, and you are hiding the ways that you're trying to get what you want from other people, then that is ego-driven, and that doesn't produce as much goodness. So going to your daughter in love, offering to help her, being patient, you are opened up to way more helpful ways to get them to where they want to be. Maybe the room isn't even the point. Maybe getting them into a professional to have professional eyes on your child is the best way to get a clean room, because maybe they need to talk through some things, work through some things, and then they'll clean their room on their own without even having to be told, because their mental health will improve. This is also a thing. So letting go of how helping your teen looks like is best done when you let go of what you want your teen to do in order to know that you're being helpful, and simply loving them and guiding them and helping them in the ways that they'll allow, and the ways that feel intuitive and nurturing and calm and peaceful and loving, instead of chasing after the certain behaviors. Like, if I help you with this, then I'll get this prize, a clean room. And so when I walk past it, I don't have to see the chaos. Another really great way to discern if it's ego or love is, what do I get out of it if I properly help them? And if it's self-serving at all, that's a really good indicator to look a little more closely and make sure that you're coming from the most helpful, powerful position for them. If it's just because I love them and it would be fun and I don't really care if they take it or leave it, then that's really great. Now, there are extremes. Like, let's say your child is on suicide watch. And so in order to help them, you have to take off their bedroom door and the bathroom door, and you have to be with them like in the bathroom while they're showering or other things. That might not feel really good, but it also doesn't feel concealing or selfish, if that makes sense. So my pivot for you this next week is, first off, go pre-order my book, because I want to send you the audio. And if you pre-order it, I'm going to be signing all those books. Super fun. And then second, look at how you're trying to help your child. And if you see some spots where you're helping them because it's actually helpful to you more than to your child, I want you and invite you to see how you can meet that need that you have to feel like a good parent or to feel like your child's future is going to be safe and happy for them. And see how you can sit with that discomfort and then just show up in helpful love for your child. And sometimes helping is doing things, again, whether asked for or not. And sometimes helping is not doing things and allowing them to try out their strength and let them fail and learn from the failure if it's not detrimental, right? Like, obviously, again, if they're wanting to harm themselves, we don't want to let them learn that through trial and error. But something trivial like grades, let them fail. It's really not that big of a deal. Do you guys remember what your grades were in high school? I remember a few grades, but I also remember that they really didn't come into play as far as a huge life impact. It's funny how we all buy into the story that grades are really, really important. And they're a good thing. There's nothing wrong with good grades. But what's more important is loving and supporting your kid doing their best. Sometimes, some days that's B work, sometimes it's A, and sometimes it's like an F. And if that's their best, then that's awesome. And that's how we need to love and support them. So, how are you helping your teen? I want you to consider it. And of course, I always love hearing from listeners. You can email me or DM me on social media. And I really am so excited for you to read my book, How I Fixed My Teen. It is a memoir about my child and myself. Because let me tell you what, those oldest kids, we grew up and we learned together. I was a hot mess parent all over the place, trying to figure it out. And I have distilled the 9 essential steps for you into really simple, practical steps. There's 9 of them. And I drew you pictures of the 9 steps. They're kind of amazing. And so I really want you to see that and enjoy it and learn from it so that you can also fix all the things in your relationship that aren't working. I promise it's possible. This is a fail-proof, one-size-fits-all formula. It does not matter what's going on with you and your teen. These steps work. I have helped hundreds of clients with these steps. I have done it with all of my children and in other relationships. It really is life-changing, and the book is going to be about 100 pages. It is a super, super fast read. You're going to be laughing. You're going to be crying. I share some really great stories. I share private journal entries of mine. It's really intimate. We are going to get to know each other really, really well. I share even more than I do here on the podcast. And so I'm really excited to take our relationship to the next level in my book and to meet you at the launch party. So take care, my friend, and we'll talk to you next week. And hopefully my throat will be a little bit better.
Heather is the one, an expert in the field. She knows her parenting stuff, including how confusing it can be. You've tried it all, and it's a lost cause. Crying in the closet 'cause you failed at being a mom. But think again, there's peace around the corner and there's hope in your hands. Your kid just wants your love and you want it from them. So take a pivot